Will living in a car age you faster? Well, some people have said to me in my lifetime that being a president ages you faster. Like, look at the president when he came in office versus when he left, whatever president may be. But the truth is, time ages you. And that's why no matter what your job, president or nurse, and no matter what you do, living in a condo, living in a mansion, time ages you, period, no matter who you are. Um, and so once you understand that, then if you do anything for a period of time, you're going to look older, okay, as the period goes on. Now, obviously, if you don't take care of yourself and if you don't have good habits, then you will age faster, right? Like if you were drinking a lot, if you were eating very unhealthy food a lot, you're gonna, your body's gonna deteriorate faster because you're basically we're all dying even as we breathe air, right? Humans, from the day you're born, you start to age, but you accelerate aging, the aging process with certain toxins, and I'm not talking about like drinking out of plastic. I'm talking about like, drinking hard liquor or eating 20 bags of Doritos, which I've done some of those things, or being in a very unhealthy relationship, or of course doing drugs. Those things just age you. And so living in a car itself, or a van or RV or some non-conforming housing is certainly not going to accelerate that if you have good habits. It's like a foundation, right? If your daily routine are good habits, then it's just a different lifestyle. Now, obviously, van life or RV life or car life, it's a more primitive way. So you do have less comforts sometimes, and there's more movement. So for the older person, it may be more challenging. It's not a long-term plan. It's usually more of a short to medium-term plan, especially if we're talking about living out of a car. A van or RV, you could extend that because you add a little bit more comfort. But remember, life, I do think, I practice what I preach. I do think after a course of 3 to 5 years, you should buy a home base. Because if you can't save in that time period, then you have a problem with your foundation, producing income. And if you have a problem, there's nothing wrong with that. Then you need to go see a social worker and get a subsidized housing and get placed into some type of program, whether it's disability or help getting a basic job. If you don't want to do that, and if you're doing drugs or something else and you don't want to be told what to do, then you're going to just have the life of destitution. You got to do some work in life. Like someone left me a comment the other day. I made a very calm, encouraging video about how being a nurse is a great upper middle class job, and you can really improve your life if you were called to do that. And some people may work with their hands, and then some people may get behind a desk and do medical billing. Just like I worked construction for years, and then you can become more of a project manager as you paid your dues. But someone left a comment like, "Oh, I wouldn't want to be a nurse because you're on your feet all the time. You'll age faster, basically." Well, sleeping all day will age you the fastest. Yeah. You got to push yourself in life, anything you do, and you got to have good habits. And you can't lie to yourself. You can't lay around all day, watch movies, and then go to the food bank. You're killing yourself. You're not doing anything with your talents and your gifts. Okay. So whether you live in a van, car, RV, okay, it's not a shameful thing because I've done all these things. But what I've always tried to preach in my videos, what I practice, which is self-care as a foundation, mind, body, soul, economics, and that's it. Because life, no matter what, we're going to go, but you're trying to live a life where there's less unnecessary suffering. Life has some suffering. I can't figure it out. I've tried every way to figure it out. And I figured after a certain point, when you go too deep in philosophy, it's just a waste of energy and it's more suffering trying to figure it out. So I try to figure out what I can, improve my life, and do what I need to do. And it all starts, like I said, with waking up, pushing yourself out of bed. It's not comfortable, but it's better. Okay? And that's every discipline that you need to do, pushing yourself to do something that you may not want to do initially, but long term, it's better for you. That's avoiding unnecessary suffering. And everyone has their own way. Okay, so I'm not saying you're going to live exactly like me or you're, vice versa, but This video is addressing in a comprehensive way in under 10 minutes that life is aging. If you do nothing, you're going to age, and sometimes age faster, because doing nothing is for long periods of time. To do nothing and not use your gifts and not push yourself, I mean, that's going to destroy your life physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, period. No matter if you live in a mansion, you live in a shack, or you live in a vehicle, period. So once you accept that, then you say, okay, well, I don't want to do everything, but there's some things that I should do, I need to do, push myself to do. And then over time, I also want to work on more things that I'm passionate about and more things I enjoy. But there's always going to be part of my life, part of my daily routine where I'm doing things I don't want to do. You know, simple things like brush your teeth, simple things like shower. Now, again, when you're living the nomadic life, you may look a little bit more scruffy, a little bit more dressed down. You'll look like a bum, they say. But I've dressed like a rich prick, believe me, guys. And I think there's a time for that when you're young. But as you get older, you know, you just want to be comfortable. And it's less about what people think, because people are going to throw shade at you. People threw shade at me when I dressed up nice and I had nice cars and I had a nice house. So it's about you, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, you will have a look, you know, but nowadays too, things are more casual. I mean, it doesn't make you smarter to wear a suit and tie. It just means you have a piece of fabric around your neck. I mean, it's not, I've had many suits, guys, many ties. I mean, you know, that's not the thing. The thing is taking care of yourself well. Okay. And that will not stop aging. That will just help you to age in a proper way and get the most out of your life. And as time goes on, hopefully you just move forward in life, whatever that means for you. You know, but, you know, again, most people, you know, it's a little bit different now, but I would say still most people probably vehicle living, RV, van, or car, are probably still on the destitution scale of things, economically, addiction wise, mentally, etc. It doesn't mean all, and it doesn't mean you have to be, and it doesn't mean you should judge them. Because everyone looks at everyone in their own judgmental eyes, including me probably to an extent. But this is just to say, focus on you and what you need to do. You can't lie to yourself. I mean, and you know, other people are going to look at you a certain way, but I kind of never cared about that in any aspect of life. When I had a beautiful home, when I had a beautiful cars, again, I do have a home base. I do believe in that over time, but it's not a make or break. But you know, you need that as you get older, and you need that with your health, and you got to cross that barrier. But you need to work on yourself to get there, because that doesn't make life perfect. There's plenty of people, most people have a home, they're still very stressful. I saw the other day someone in a beautiful condo by the beach have the cops called on them because they were arguing with their spouse. Are they going to age faster living in a condo in an unhealthy relationship? Yes. So, you know, that's not the answer either. That's my actual life experience, not a theory. So, just remember that, guys. There's a lot of people unhappy in this world, and it's not easy. You know, life's not easy, but focus on you, focus on what you can control, and you can control clicking the thumbs up if you got something positive from this video. If you didn't, and you want to tell me why you don't want to be a nurse, if you want to tell me how you watched videos all day, movies all day, and then you went and begged for free food at the food bank, guys, I love you enough to say I don't judge you if you're on hard times, but there's no way you're going to tell me you're doing what you need to do for you. No way. There's no way. If you tell me, Sam, which I tell myself sometimes, I fell and I'm hurting and I'm suffering, I get it. Do what you need to do to get back up. Because I fail too. I'm not looking at anyone judgmental. But I want to tell you guys, don't make your life harder than it needs to be. The hardest thing you'll ever do in your life is nothing. You know how hard you got to work to force yourself back to sleep? To force yourself to do nothing all day? You got to work damn hard. Okay? You got to go to a lot of doctors, maybe get a lot of people to say the same thing, that you batshit crazy and you can't do shit. You're going to work a lot harder trying to do that in your life, in my experience. So I love you. And if you need help, get help. Social worker and help. I want people to get help. And if you say, that a social worker don't do nothing for you, then that you better be doing a lot for yourself then. Then you're saying you got this. And if you got this, you better not be asking other people that you need help. One or the other. You can't have it both ways. Click the thumbs up, share the video. I love you.